Captain's Log, Stardate 09-24-2012, 12 days after mysteriously becoming ill. My symptoms are improving, but I'm still battling some serious congestion. Hey everybody, it's Meowth, that's right, and I can say Captain's Log because I am the captain of an aircraft. I'd like to thank everybody for the well wishes, as it means a lot to me that anybody would even bother taking the time to write a little comment in there just telling me that they hope I feel better, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. In an attempt to save everybody some time here, I know there is a portion of you guys that don't really care too much about the gameplay and don't really care too much about the commentary. So for those of you who just pretty much tune in for the cruise, and again, that's fine, I'm not judging. There is no cruise for this game, so if you'd like to go ahead and exit now, go ahead and do that. However, in return for saving you about 8 minutes of your life, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button on your way out. And I thank you very much. For those of you who are looking for some beast gameplay, the kind of beast gameplay that we base our channel on, stick around because I go crazy with this G3 suppressed. Actually, I nearly get a cruise at 2 points in this round. The first one gets stopped about 22 points shy of a cruise, and my second one gets stopped by somebody that shouldn't have had any angle, as I'm about 475 points, dropping an airstrike that gets me 130 points, so that would have brought me right up to a cruise. Now I say that he shouldn't have had an angle because I sort of ran around and didn't leave any angles for one, but for two, I looked on the mini-map and there was nobody that was even pointing their guns even close to me. And you know, anytime, even without a UAV, a person is supposed to show up on the mini-map if they fire their weapon. Now, the exception for this rule is when they're using a silencer. I went back and checked the equipment that I got attacked with, and he did not have a silencer, so I guess it's just one of those annoying moments in Medal of Honor 2010. This game is a game that I have been hanging on to. I actually made it before I made the G3 suppressed cruise video. The only reason I didn't really show it first is because it didn't have a cruise, and that was sort of the point of, I believe, the challenge that was set forth. But I really wanted to show this one because it had a lot more of me using the G3. In the previous video, I did a lot more handgunning and knifing and just using an assortment of weapons there that wasn't as centered around the G3 itself. But of course, that is typical of any of the games that I play. I tried to use basically all the weapons that are at my disposal because I figure that's the best way to do good. That's funny right there at that point that the two guys that were on opposing teams were in the same building and they weren't even bothering to attack each other. I guess they didn't know that they were there. Now don't get me wrong, I do love me a good cruise, as cruises are awesome, but if you compare this game to my G3 cruise missile game, you'll see that the gameplay in this one, the gunplay rather, is actually a lot more intense, and that's actually, to me, a lot more interesting. If you tune in for insane gunplay to this channel, then I'm going to ask that you go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. So I still haven't had a ton of luck sniping with this gun, and that's partly due to the fact that I don't spend a ton of time at long distance with this gun, or really any gun. My style, of course, is pretty much up in everybody's face, which doesn't leave me at a distance very, very often. And of course, if I do see it, like if there was a guy right there that was still alive, I probably would have pulled it out and seen what I could have done. But the other reason is this gun really seems to be underpowered, and when I say underpowered, 3 shots to the head to kill somebody is just ridiculous. So, you know, you'll shoot somebody and maybe you'll hit them once, maybe you'll hit them twice, but you know, by then they're probably thinking, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and move out of the way so this chump doesn't keep shooting me. Instead, I find this gun to be a much better short-range weapon because, of course, with it being silenced, you can move in on people without them realizing that you're there. And the fact that you can pull the trigger and basically fire this gun as fast as you can click that mouse button, it makes it a way better gun for those type of scenarios. I don't know how many of you have noticed that lately the majority of what I've been posting have been live games. This has been an attempt for me to get better at playing while talking, and right now I'd say that my best games are still, and probably will be, probably forever, who knows, the times that I don't have to actually talk at a specific point, where I can really devote the full attention to the game or the situation at hand. And it's not that I don't enjoy doing live comms, because I do. It's something that I really want to get good at, because it's fun. On a weird side note, the games that I've laid the most dominance in have probably been some of the games where I've gotten a phone call in the middle of the game, and I've had to grab the phone, put it up to my ear, and hold it there with my shoulder, head cocked to the side, and I'm sitting there talking to somebody, and I'm guessing that the reason that I do better in these situations is probably due to the fact that I'm not really allowed to get mad at this point. I can't get pissed off when something doesn't go exactly my way, so it really just takes the emotion out of it. And I find that my best games that I've played have been during the time that I don't get emotional or don't let certain deaths or kills bother me. For the past 2 to 3 weeks or so, I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with many different guns and different setups. It's kind of nice messing around with the non-standard setup, just for variety. By non-standard, I of course mean my standard setup pretty much being the AK-47 with the combat scope and open tip ammo and all that good stuff. Though the height of enjoyment for me will always come during the pursuit of mastery of this game, or any game that I play for that matter. And then to take it a step further, I want to try to make sure I do it a little bit better than the last time every time I play. Somebody once said, "You should be doing it better and cleaner than the other guy." Those of you who get that reference, go ahead and let me know in the comments section. But seriously, there's always room for improvement, no matter how great you are at the game. I mean, I only impress myself when I do something better than I've previously done, and that's probably why a lot of times you'll see me when I'm playing in my live games that I sound maybe a little bit frustrated. As always, Wallguy and myself will continue to try to find the limit of what the game will actually allow you to do. If you're new to our channel and like what you see, feel free to leave a comment and let us know what it is that's keeping you here. And if you act now, you can get a lifetime subscription to our channel at no cost to you. Just click that subscribe button if you haven't already and start enjoying the many videos and commentaries that our channel has to offer. Like my knife-only cruise, or maybe you're just here because you want to see our perspective on how to get good at online FPS games. Wallguy's got you covered with his How to Get Good at Online FPS Games series. Before I go, I'd like to leave you guys with something to think about. Next time you say good game or GG to somebody or anybody in the game, just consider that you might be disrespecting everybody that you say it to, because whereas you might have had a good game or even a great game, it doesn't mean that they did. Regardless of if the score was close or not at the end of the game, you really don't know the circumstances, or probably don't know the circumstances, of what led to it being close, and it just might not be working so well for the other guy. You won't find me saying GG anytime soon. So for those of you who stuck around until now, you have my utmost thanks. I really appreciate it, and see you next time.